All right. Our racers are off, and as you can already see, they've had the option to choose their own character, and I think this says a lot about our racers. That 2 people chose the Scarecrow, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people chose the Knight, and everyone else chose the Witch. Do you know which one's the best racer, Smite?
I have no idea.
Yeah, me either. As far as I could tell, they didn't have much of a difference between them. So I think it might be purely aesthetic, except for if you do beat the rookie circuit, it unlocks a password for the advanced circuit, and you get to play as a really cool skeleton with a top hat that rides a tornado. And he seemed really good, so I did not want to offer them the option to unlock him. It's like playing with TT in Diddy Kong Racing. It's like he's too powerful.
Sure. That makes sense.
Well, of course. I mean, he's a skeleton with a top hat. Of course he's the best one.
There we go. Just a little shifting around. It's fine. So we're playing the audio actually from Rob. So ignore that little marker. I'm going to remove it until I figure out where Rob is.
Rob, come back.
They're there somewhere. Oh, they're in the middle. Okay, yeah, they're the pink 16th player. That's because they came in last. Oh, gotta watch that. Gotta watch that.
I'm hopeful that there's more variance to these races than I'm expecting. I do think that most of our players are probably going to, like we're seeing right now, I think people are going to be wrapping up races fairly close to one another to a degree that if they're too good, it could be a problem.
Oh, we'll see. I mean, we can go by in-game time if we must.
Right.
Yeah, I think my layout is truly ready now. Advanced, actual working layout coming at you hot.
Oh, look at that. Look at that move.
So I actually never played this game. I just thought it was another Mario Kart racer. How can you go wrong? What do you think of Halloween Racer?
I mean, it's more like what are those games called? Like Outlast and Ridge Racer.
Yeah.
There are other people on the track that you're trying to get by. They're not very hard to pass. In fact, in advanced mode, I got into first place almost instantly. So I know rookie mode is not going to be much harder. They like space them way out, so you have to kind of play mediocre at least to catch up to them in time, but it's not. I mean, this is the easiest ridge racer I've ever seen. You don't really get punished for turning badly. If you run into something, it stops you for a second and then says go ahead. And like I'm not sure exactly how many things you'd have to run into to not qualify, because it seems somewhat generous. Now, I mean, I think I've seen like 1 or 2 people not qualify the first race, but I think that once they kind of figure out what's being asked of them, that won't happen again. Yeah, it's definitely not a Mario Kart. I think a Mario Kart type game would be better. This is definitely more of the like old school racer style.
You might be hearing as many as 5 players, I'm not sure. I want to take the audio away from all of the ones I'm not playing on purpose here. I enjoyed the Game Boy confusing people if they're even hearing multiple players or not.
I imagine that my experience in kind of testing this out was based mostly on the first few tracks being fairly easy. I bet it probably gets a little more challenging later. Like, it probably makes it more difficult to meet the requirements for the timers. But in general, I think we should probably have enough time to see 6 tracks from most of our players.
I think we are now genuinely hearing only the sound was the hardest part to set up.
So Kami has already moved on to the second set of races, so that's Egypt. So Kami's on Egypt. It looks like Yoshara's probably moved on to Egypt. Tarragon, Extreme Zero, Gallavantula, Time Stalker, moving on to Egypt. They look like they're spaced out enough that it's not going to be hard to tell who wins now. That's good. That was my genuine concern. But it looks like people are figuring it out. And we'll finally have our answer definitively which is the best racer based on who comes in the top 8. We'll science that one out.
To answer the question of why they have the same color names, it's because layout is secondary to making this work at all, and I'm trying to get that first part done before I really get down to it. I can give them some more colors, though. They are not on teams.
That'd be such a cool idea, is doing a Rumblepak where you're playing on a team. Okay, I gotta think about how that would work. Yeah, it's a one screen, or it's a one frame blitz, so it would definitely be a lot less painful if it weren't being played on an emulator. If it were being played on an actual game, I mean, they're all playing on very real Game Boy Colors by Nintendo, but
yeah, that's part of the trouble. All those old cables don't work very well.
Yeah, but on the actual Game Boy Color screen, that would probably be less offensive.
What's offensive to me is OBS Mixer having 11 of the 16 feeds, which is why it took me so long to get the wrong ones muted. Have you ever had 19 things in your audio mixer?
I don't think so. I mean, I start to sweat a little bit when my mixer has like 10 things in it. I start to hide the pointless entries. I don't usually have even 3 real audio sources.
I have 3, but just between me, I got the Discord mic and mix split. I don't like to combine those. I like to mix them in OBS.
I mean, now that there's individual app audio, I pull my Discord separate from my game audio. And all of my browser sources, like alerts, are also handled by OBS, so I can mix them separately too. So, you know, I've got a few sources, but definitely not 16 or 11 or whatever.
I use that. I have a physical mixer.
Right.
Go XLR, it's really nice. Slowbeef was talking about mixers, and that's definitely my equipment. I don't know if anyone's interested in stream equipment discussion, but I'll tell you my stuff without any hesitation. I love this thing.
Yeah, I'm planning on upgrading my setup sometime. I want to get a Go XLR and a Stream Deck as well. I think I would benefit from it.
My mixer...
I don't think everyone would benefit from it, but I know you do for like...
yeah.
For arcade pit stuff too.
My mixer was 12 channels. I only used 1 or 2 of them because a normal mixer is like 8 to 16 channels, like one of those huge boys, and you end up, for this kind of stuff, you're not audio mixing, so you really only need the mic. So you just use like the bottom left of it and maybe the reverb knob if you're into it, and that's it, and you have this huge thing on your desk that costs $300, and you need some preamps and you need all this other junk. And when mine burned out because of an electric storm, they started selling the Go XLR like it was brand new, and I was like, $400? That's actually less than all of that equipment, and it's all in one, and it's 1 foot long, and it has a 4-channel mixer that actually has the software to bind the game and the audio windows to, and I can bind my mic to one, and it's got some voice modulators and the ability to record Author Blues without him knowing and have his voice clip.
Nice. Nice.
That's
I
a good
hated
read.
that so much. I hated that so much.
What? Did I violate?
That was a bad moment.
You mean it wasn't?
Nice. I'm suffering right now.
A couple of the players actually seem to have different colors going on, but I think they're in the same stage.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why some of the Egypt levels look slightly different. I don't know if the first lap or the first race and the second race have different colors, or if it's like a time of day thing that's happening here, or what.
If they're using what we gave them, they should have the same settings, but there could be an emulation thing going on.
Yeah.
You want to give me a better read?
No.
Damn. I'll make my own F-Zero style Halloween racer clip.
All of our racers seem to be getting kind of in the swing of it. And I gotta tell you, for my money, it looks like you can't go wrong with the knight riding a shield. He seems to be doing the best. We're probably pretty close to seeing our first racers heading into the red mines, and that's going to be a pretty good indicator for us who's in the lead, as in who's probably going to make the cut for the top 8. I would expect at this point, now that everyone's kind of gotten a good sense of the game, that the first 8 people to make it into red mines are probably going to be the 8 that make it out the other end first. Looks like Okami is first up, heading into the red mines, or red moon, sorry.
With this lineup, it's gonna be some race. Go for it.
That's a second person heading into the red moon. Third, fourth. Fifth and sixth. It definitely looks like the game's ramping up a lot more at this point. I did not play all the way through to Red Moon. I played the first few tracks to get a sense of it, and then tried to figure out the amount of time that was going to be appropriate. But this track has definitely ramped up quite a bit. I would not be shocked if some people have a hard time getting through it.
Do I have a Maddie laugh on record? Why would I have a thing like that? Oh, I seem to have 5 of them. Nice.
Give me your favorite Maddie laugh.
I'm not sure which one it is. With this lineup, it's gonna be some race. Go for it. Wiener. That's probably it, because I'm making a great joke that he can't resist. Wiener.
That is a good joke.
Halloweener.
Oh, no.
A lot of variety in the sound clip for this one. We were looking for Halloween themed games. We're going to be doing more Halloween-themed games on the 30th. I am going to set up another one of these. We'll open up. Are you good for the 30th for Rumblepak Off the Blues?
I should be. I think I'm in town then.
Sign-ups will open at least a week in advance. You can watch the Speed Bump channel. I'll make a thread. The first 16 people to join will be the first 16 we aim for, which is these 16. I think that we got all of them, actually. I think this is all of them.
Alright, Okami is the first one to hit the 6th course, so if Okami clears this one, that's our first person in group 8, in our top 8. I know Okami's been buffering. Is his feed up to date or is it delayed?
That's why they need to mark themselves done in the chat, especially today.
Okay. Yeah, I can mention it to him. I hope they see it.
I'll do that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because we may be desynced. The way I'm doing this today is a bit heavy. It's a quickly thrown together 16-player thing. This is how I do it when there's 4. 16 is too many, and they don't like. So the way I did it before still had some desync, but I think especially today it might be a little off. By a whole minute. In a game like this, a minute could be enormous. We will have some cool picks for you on the 30th, though, for Halloween Rumblepak.
Yeah, I think we've got about 10 people on the last track right now, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It looks like Okami's still in the lead, even if there is some desync. Yoshara seems to be currently in 2nd. Galvantula seems to be close behind.
Lap 3 of 3, Patrick Murder. If they're on the final stage.
Patrick Murder's not. Patrick Murder's on the 4th race right now.
Everyone's on their first lap of the last then.
There's a few people on lap 2 of 3.
Pretty long one. There is a 16-hour Matty Lavos, that's right. This is going to be pretty close, so we definitely need that.
Seems pretty clear to me that, I mean, unless some people end up timing out.
I'm going to refresh Okami game since you're thinking he's going to be first. Make sure we're synced up. Listen, Papa John's.
That's so much funnier. That was so much. That's so funny.
I love pizza. I've actually never had Papa John's until I moved here. It's right next door. It's not too bad. Not too bad. I heard it degraded in quality if you eat 30 of them in a week or whatever.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate decision one might make.
Okami is done, and
yeah, Okami mark done.
That Papa John's sync verified it to us. Is that guy still the owner? I thought he was disassociated from it.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, that's why he made that sweaty reckoning video where he threatened everybody to knock the tomatoes off the street. Okami is moving on.
Yoshara just marked themselves done as well.
Waiting to hear the other players. That's players 6 and 7 out of the 16 group.
Galv, Time Master, Tarragon, and Dr. Hoos all just marked themselves done at the same time in chat. Terror Van, that's number 7. Ooh, it's coming down to the wire. Who's gonna be number 8? And Merlin Cross looks to be... Oh, Deathlock seems to have marked right before on screen? I think it might be Merlin Cross. If we're going off of the chat log, Merlin Cross marked done first.
Yeah, the chat log's what I'm going by.
Okay. Then that's gonna be it. I will at people and let them know. I think Merlin Cross just didn't throw up the green screen fast enough, but otherwise did clear first from what I can tell.
Alright, well that's round 1, Halloween Racer. We have completely different genres for the rest of this. It will be a little bit before I finish getting round 2 ready. Not as long as the first round, but I'm working on it. We'll be right back, folks, while we set that up. And we'll show you who we got left. Also, to be clear, the you don't hear the game audio anymore, right, folks? I think that you shouldn't, but maybe you do. Cool. I've got it under control now. It took a couple of tries. We'll be right back. Yo, folks, we're going to be doing Castlevania Circle of the Moon next. Their goal is to find, from the start of the game, Cerberus and get eaten by that dog. Eating that dog is actually on the higher skill level. It's maybe the first Castlevania game in the Metroid series that is legit out of control hard. Here are the players who made it to round 2. Yep, I'm ready to go whenever they are. I need Galvantula to turn their green off, that's all. And they can hit the F1 key to load that state if they want. If not, then they just need to play the intro and get to the bottom of the first area. That's fine too. It's not that far. If they don't have our Bizhawk, they might have trouble, and if they do, it's, yeah, they can just get there themselves, it's fine. It's so strange that one of the windows is smaller. I'm trying to figure out why, but I'll just manually fix it for now. It's fine. Oh, I think I know why. It's because their name is too low on their thing, maybe. Is everybody ready?
I'm sorry, I've been sitting here muted this whole time.
Hey.
I've been talking even, if you can believe it. I just didn't want to type furiously. What do I need to tell them to do if they can't load the state?
They can just go from the start. We'll wait on them. It won't take long. What they need to do is go down the first area once they have control.
Oh, Merlin Cross got it. Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, it's an intro. I'm just skipping the intro, basically. Just doing them a little favor. We're looking to start at the catacombs.
Alright, I gave them the countdown. We should be seeing it in progress now. So this is one of the Vanias I haven't played, so I actually don't know how difficult this challenge is. Smite assures me that it is, in fact, quite doable, and I'm excited to see a Castlevania.
I'm going to assume that all the player feeds are not going to give you all noise, but let me know if I'm blowing your ears out. I think we're good. We should just be hearing player 3. Now, we should be here player 3.
This time for real.
Yeah.
So while defeating Cerberus at this point might be too difficult for our players or an unreasonable ask for our players, the challenge is only to get to Cerberus and die to him. So we're letting Cerberus win this round. This obviously will have a little bit of an advantage for people who kind of know where they're going in this game, but that's okay. For the most part, I don't think that they can go too many places anyway, so they should all be able to find their way to where they need to go. So tell me what I'm seeing here. Are people like Tarragon, who's currently fighting the Earth Demon? Is that something they need to do to get to Cerberus?
No, but it's not a free journey. They do need to stop at save points for healing.
Okay.
If they're being reckless, Terravan's probably going to be there in like 2 minutes here at the pace they're going. They're cruising. They seem to know where it's at, which is definitely a helpful thing. Dying is not good, so you want to stop and get that full health where you can. But leveling up in this game, it's an RPG, and unlike Symphony of the Night, it's a big deal when you're not leveled up right at all.
Does their map show them where they need to go?
No. It shows them where they've been.
Okay. Unfortunate. Terravan seems to be having some trouble. I imagine this is just because this is asking them to go through areas that they maybe shouldn't be going quite at this point in the game.
I mean, they can go the wrong way, but there's not too many. The reason I thought this was fair is because there's really not too many places to go.
Right.
You have more options than you often do in these kind of games, but
they're going to be naturally led in the direction of where we want them to go.
I'm trying to figure out why more than one audio feed is going. OBS is being real bad today. And it's not just my setup, it's OBS being silly.
Yep, Terravan is done. As our first clear, we're only looking for 4. We already have our first one just 3 minutes in. Though from the looks of it, as far as I can tell, Terravan is the only one who very clearly knew exactly what they needed to do. Everyone else is kind of figuring it out. So,
yeah.
In the end, I would say this will probably turn out to be pretty fair. I've been planning to sit down and play through some of the DS and Game Boy Advance Vanias.
Yeah.
I kind of slept on them because I played Stoughton and didn't feel any emotions toward it.
Yeah, I can understand that, I guess. You still play all of them, though.
Yeah, I mean...
It's different. I mean, you can
I'd like to play Stoughton again sometime, and, once maybe I have a better appreciation and push myself to get more than just the bad ending, but...
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you're definitely not playing most of the game there, but even so, it's not going to be very interesting.
Well, I mean, I've played Stoughton. I just only got the bad ending, and then I saw credits, and I said, yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, I have no bad feelings about Stoughton. I enjoyed playing it. I just also didn't feel strongly about playing more of it.
It's just so easy. That's my big problem with it.
Is that its greatest fault? Is that it's too easy?
Yeah, it's definitely a just get whatever you want Metroidvania. Extreme Zero has died to the dog.
There we go.
Confirming to me what audio source is playing, even though I told it to stop.
That is 2 clears now. We are 2 clears in. Terravan giving us the classic Three Stooges after party.
I think that OBS probably just needs rebooted to fix the audio here. That's the kind of silliness it's doing. Okami of Games has found the dog and died to the dog.
Dog discovered.
Yeah, dog is very dangerous. Time Sucker's there as well. I think that's our 4 players.
There we go.
Time Sucker's 3rd, Okami Games is 4th. Yeah, if you're ever playing any of these, I'm definitely up to guest, especially for the DS ones, which I feel like are extremely good. But Aria of Sorrow is way better than either of these two, and I don't think it's even close.
Yeah, I want to play a bunch of them because every time I've seen these, the DS-Vanias and the Game Boy Advance games, they look really good.
Oh,
they look
incredible.
enjoyable.
There's something else for sure, and they'll take you a while. I bought a DS because of our Dawn of Sorrow. Forge of Ruin, I think it's grown on me to be better. I didn't like it at first, but it's co-op. Sorta. It's 2-player. It's 1 player, 2 characters at once, and whatever one you're not playing is backing you up. I love those kind of games.
All right, so we have another game for them for round 3. Are you going to be able to make the transition smooth? Should I go ahead and give them the game?
It won't take me long. You can get to work on that.
All right, I'll pass it along.
What are we playing?
So we're playing the Genesis Ghostbusters game, which in my opinion, very good.
I played that once.
Let me I've sent them the manual as well. The important thing they need to know is that the 3 characters they can choose from, I'm not going to tell them who to pick, but they're all 3 very different. I think it's Egon is the fastest, Peter is the middlest, and Ray is the slowest, but they also, one is stronger, one is weaker. This game, you know, for the sordid history that Ghostbusters games have had, this was probably the first, to my knowledge, I don't know all of them, but to my knowledge, this is like the earliest really good one I can think of. I think this game is genuinely good, and everyone who plays retro games should probably play it because it's surprisingly well put together.
There, I managed to unshrink the shrunken one.
There we go.
So what are they doing in Ghostbusters exactly?
So they're going to be beating the frozen apartment. That's the 2nd level. This game is really good. Unfortunately, the 2nd level is not too long to get to, and beating the 3rd level is a lot more. Like, the 3rd level is just extremely long. So this one might be a little shorter, but that's okay. I think also the 3rd level is pretty hard, so I wouldn't ask them to beat that in a blind race.
I'm ready to go when you are.
All right, well, I have let them know. Leave options on default. I'm gonna tell them to enter the first level and pause. And then I'll give them a countdown. Just waiting for them to all get through all the menus.
All good. Does my side feed have good audio? I forgot to do that for you.
It has the voices, so I've just had it muted.
I can fix that. That should be done already. I just needed to hit 2 things. So you might have bad sound anyway because of the other problems.
Yeah. It's okay. They haven't started yet, but I'm gonna give them the countdown just a second.
Okay. Yeah, this is super still in development. This is more complicated than I expected. This whole show for Rumblepak. Working on it though. Will always be. By the time we get to the 30th, I probably will have this pretty well done, polished up, because the things were broken that weren't broken before, so I'm back to square one here. But it seems to be working just fine.
Alright, I've given them the countdown.
Let's do it. I saw a lot of Ghostbusters today at the festival I was at.
Nice. Like people dressed up as Ghostbusters or like Ghostbusters games?
I saw the Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters? Yeah. Were they nice?
They had the car and everything. Had to be them.
So I'm not remembering all the details about exactly how you beat each level, but if I recall correctly, the boss of the level doesn't spawn until you've captured all of the ghosts in the level or defeated all the ghosts in the level. Basically, I think it does require a little bit of searching around to find the specific ghosts necessary in order to spawn the boss of the level, and then it's just a relatively straightforward-ish boss fight.
Video game prices are nuts. I was asked with the people, I was with some people and they were like, are you interested in any of these games? And you know, they're all like $200 each in box, and I would be, but my collection was sold while I was at college. But my sister, for like 20 bucks, she sold thousands of games for like 20 bucks. Had no idea what she was stealing from me and did not get even close to the value of any of that stuff. And that was the end of my collecting days. I'm pretty sure my Atari collection was complete. All of it. The 2600, every single one. Had them all. She sold all of those. That's what she sold.
That sucks.
Yeah. I had some really good gems in there, but like, damn. A stack of games as big as me when I was a kid. I'm not sure if it was complete or not, but it was very thorough. My dad was the one who started that set, so it sure felt like all of them. I bet it wasn't complete, but to me it was. It was, if not complete, it was 5 feet tall of video games stacked in like a pallet. I had that many Atari games.
Damn. So Okami Games is facing off against the boss of the first level. First level's pretty short, just kind of shows you the format, that there are mini bosses and that you have to defeat all the mini bosses before the actual boss dies. I'm now remembering. Core memory unlocked. Oh yeah, the bosses in this game are really goofy. Like, I think that's one of the things about this that's so good, is that this game absolutely is not taking itself seriously. And I think that's great for Ghostbusters.
Did you tell the players how to capture these ghosts? They seem like they have a better handle on it than I did last time I played this.
I think most of them so far have kind of figured out what's being asked of them. So I think you get more money for catching the ghosts, but them going away, I think still counts toward your objectives, if I'm not mistaken. So that first level was very short because they only had to beat the one mini boss and then beat the game, and then beat the boss. But the second level I think has more mini bosses, like 2 or 3 of them.
How we doing? There's the frozen apartment.
Yep. So we're in the second level on Okamiya Games' screen. Time Stalker's trying to find the boss of the level. So I was just giving some pointers about what the levels are actually asking, which is... Time Stalker said, well, I caught a ghost, and I had to point out that like each level has multiple ghosts in it, so...
We have one more game tonight, right? And I am writing the guide for it as we speak because, boy howdy, what a game.
I'm giving them the manual for it as well, but my favorite thing about the manual for the next game is that it's absolutely useless. I looked up the manual because I thought they'll really need this, and then I looked at the manual and realized, well, that won't change anything. So Okami Games has found the first ghost hiding here in this level. This one is a messed up boss. I specifically remember this boss being a real piece of work. Because he does this thing that's happening right here, where he like walks you to the corner. Extremely good stuff.
I'm giving bullet points on how to do the 3 stages we're asking for. It's gonna be good. I feel like they'll do fine.
Alright, so that's one boss down for Okamiya Games. There's still one more small ghost, and then the big ghost for the level is yet to be discovered. Time Stalker's doing well. These bosses are just really big damage sponges. I mean, that's the kind of their thing is if they died fast, then you wouldn't have to figure out their patterns, so they do not die fast.
I remember playing this a bit, but I don't think I made it past too many levels. It seemed to get... I think I had a lot of trouble catching the ghosts.
So I mean, you don't have to catch them. The benefit for catching them is you get a little more money after the level that you can spend on some resources if you want them. But even if they get away, it's not that big of a deal. I think one of the hardest parts about it is how non-linear the levels are and how difficult it can be to figure out where the game actually wants you to go. I think that's one of the things that would probably make someone want to quit playing this. I played this game a bunch. I used to speedrun it. I had the world record a lifetime ago. It's a lot of fun. It does get pretty challenging later in the game, but it was a lot of fun. So Kamiya Games was the only one to get out of the level first try. Everyone else, I think, took 2 passes on the first level, but everyone seems to be kind of figuring it out now.
Okay, I finished my guide. Here you go. What do you think?
That is way more than the manual has, I'll tell you that much.
Boy howdy.
Yep, I will pass that along to him when we reveal the last game.
I can just post it in there when we do it. I got the formatting. Oh. Does anyone know how to program a Discord bot?
Technically, yeah.
I'll put out a call on Twitter for someone to program this as a paid job. Yeah, unfortunately the gaming market, it went from there's no money in collecting games to it's outrageous all of a sudden real fast. Just complete nonsense. I get the value of a thing that's boxed and pristine. I understand, but like...
Sadly, at this point, it's just a scam.
Yeah, it's still over the top.
There was a time where it made sense. Now I no longer think that it makes sense.
The problem with some of those old games being bought to play them is the batteries in them and stuff aren't any good anymore. You ain't gonna get no save on Final Fantasy 1. You gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. Be lucky if it even works. Like, so you're gonna want it restored and stuff. That's gonna decrease the value, the imaginary value of it, if you actually want to play it. If you're just getting it to box it up, that's a whole different thing, whole different concept. And it unfortunately is bad for the archival of video games.
Yep. Then now it means that people who buy these very expensive prototypes and stuff that need to be dumped now have no incentive to, because it's part of its value.
Yeah, the problem with replacing the battery is that you are decreasing the alleged value of the game by fixing it. This is how collection works. The more you mess with it, that's a restoration, so you could argue that it makes it more valuable, but it's probably not true with video games. Like in the case of like a car that wasn't restored and it wasn't drivable, I would want it restored. with as few changes as possible while you do it.
So everyone is on the second level now. This is the level that I wanted to have them beat. Okami has captured the 2 ghosts necessary to unlock the boss's room. Extreme Zero has only captured one of them. Terrorvan has captured one of them, and Time Stalker has just entered, but is going to be able to capture that first ghost pretty early on. So still plenty of room for anyone to be able to get the number 2 slot. I think Okami Games has a pretty nice lead right now. If I were Okami Games and I knew how things were going, I'd say that I was sitting pretty at the moment. It's even heading in the right direction for the boss fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, movies and games are both. We're an archival discussion now. I'm hijacking your Ghostbusters.
All right.
As movies descend into streaming only, and it is a descent. If Amazon, for example, decides that game or movie you bought is no longer legal for you to have, they can just take away your game versus, having it on disc.
Yeah.
That's going to kill archival as well.
It certainly doesn't make it better.
The one of my favorite games, Pinball. I forget exactly
like the black box one?
No, Pinball on the on Steam, just Pinball Arcade. It's just
okay.
Simulating really good, my favorite pinball tables. If you didn't buy them before they lost the license in 2018, you can no longer play them. I have them. I'm lucky they didn't steal them away, but you can't get them. If you didn't own them already, you can't play like Medieval Madness or whatever.
Yeah. I think for like purely archival purposes, though, I mean, there will always be a way to get your hands on them. It shouldn't be as difficult as it is. It's obviously really crappy that it requires you to go through, other websites like Etsy and stuff like that to get your hands on it. Whatever website you go to find things that are hard to download these days, like Ask Jeeves or something.
Things being removed forever from the store. There was it's not just video games. There was that show. There's cartoons off Cartoon Network that they just, for a tax write-off, they just erased every bit of them that ever existed.
Yep.
That's the future we live in.
I think that might be it. I think Okami Games just beat the second boss, and that will be, if I'm not mistaken, a clear.
I think Terrorvan is working on it, right?
Terrorvan is capturing the second ghost here, so that will unlock the boss fight for this stage for them.
This boss is nasty.
Mm-hmm. I think that's one of the things I like the most about this, is that every level has such a variety of enemies that you have to fight. Like, it's not just the bosses are interesting, but like each of the special ghosts you have to capture are also unique in their own ways, and it's kind of cool. The only level where that's kind of not true anymore is the last level, where all of the ghosts you have to capture are just the bosses from the previous levels.
Can you only hit the boss when it's in triple mode?
In this one, in the fight that Terrorvan's on, when it's in triple mode, you have to attack the correct one in order to make it kind of collapse back down.
They're taking a lot of damage.
Yeah. I think they're playing a little fast and loose with those shots.
They seem to be doing something. It just seems like they've shot it so much compared to Okami when they were here.
Right.
There's the slime ghost once again.
So Time Stalker is about to capture the first ghost here, and honestly, at this point, it's really just a question of whether or not Time Stalker goes the right direction, right? Because Time Stalker has as much progress as Extreme Zero at this point. It's just a matter of whether or not Time Stalker figures out where to go.
The ghost has run away.
So Time Stalker has found the boss door. The boss door is locked until you capture all the ghosts you need to. That's how they prevent you from entering the boss early. Terravan is in admittedly a really good position to be able to win this, except for being out of lives. And these golems are not making it better.
Yeah, they're taking so much damage. It's almost like it's intentional. I don't know if they're getting locked up or if they think they can get away with it.
It seems like they're intentionally taking the deaths. I don't remember whether or not you keep your ghost progress. You might. I actually just don't remember offhand.
Yeah, it looks like they're going back in, hoping that's the case. Maybe.
I hope that with them.
They wanted to buy some bombs, maybe, and get some fresh lives.
They gambled potentially and won. Those bombs are actually really strong. I would probably hold on to them for the boss fights a little more. But, you know, if you can't get to the boss fights, then it honestly doesn't matter, so I'm not going to question their methods.
Extreme Zero's fighting the triple ghost.
It's a nasty ghosty. I love Genesis music so much. It is so whack in the best way.
Is Frosty the boss?
Yeah.
Frosty the Hellman?
Yeah. Terravan, it's looking good. Now's the time to unleash some of those bombs.
The demolitions expert joined the Ghostbusters team here.
Yeah, they should not be allowed around this much explosive. And I don't understand why bombs would be good against ghosts. I've not known that to be, like, traditionally a weapon that's used against ghosts. Are they, like, special ghost bombs?
People don't try enough. They think that it doesn't work. They just give up. Ghost here? Well, we better call a priest. They never try the bombs. Telling you. Ghostbusters 2 is kind of a strange movie because of the... It's been like a year since the first one, and a giant marshmallow man stomped through the city, and they forgot that happened. The whole city did. They did like, are ghosts real? We don't know about that. I don't know, guy. Like, come on.
Yeah. Did they have their memories wiped or something? I actually don't remember what the setup for that was.
I think that they just went back to the same... It's like, it's almost the same movie again, but it's weird because the first one still canonically happened, so it's like... The Titanic came in. Come on. What the... I forget how they forget.
I think Terravan's just a few hits away.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Sorry, was a few hits away. I don't think it's going to make all the difference, but this does open the door for Extreme Zero to have a chance to get back in it.
Yeah. So, like, the snowman just needs to take a ton of damage and then you suck him in just like the other ones?
No, when you kill the actual big bosses, they just drop an item that you collect.
Sweet.
And that's it. So you don't have to go through all that process.
By the time the second movie came out, in the world of the Ghostbusters, they should have had, like, full government support. Capitalism probably would have stepped in to figure out how to monetize the ghosts at some point there. In the year that it's been, like, to completely forget that they existed entirely after destroying the whole city. It's so wild that it made it hard for me to like that movie very much. But I like some bits of it, I guess.
You should do your own Ghostbusters cinema sins.
I liked the Nintendo controllers they used to control the Statue of Liberty. That was pretty funny.
Excuse me, but the entire city knew about ghosts already, so that's one point against it.
Yeah, I mean, I just find it hard to believe. I mean, I know people can be dumb in groups, and when the media says no about ghosts being real or whatever, maybe they bought that, but like, demons were robbing the hot dog man on the street. You seen them, you know? There's a point where you're like, ah, well, they're real. They're here. The church got stepped on.
I really like the Ghostbusters movies. That's a hot take, I know. A lot of people say, Ghostbusters movies, what's that all about? I say they're good.
I like the first one for sure. I'm not sure about the second one. It's been a while since I've seen it. I think it's okay. I think it holds up all right.
The second one was good.
I remember seeing the cartoon first as a kid, and the fact that Slimer wasn't their friend in the first one, and he was like a nod to being their friend in the second one, bothered me more than anything else. He was definitely what I came to see.
Vigo?
Slimer.
No, the bad guy from Ghostbusters 2 was Vigo, right?
No, it's Slimer. Slime Ghost.
Alright, Terrorvan took it. That's it.
Terrorvan has done it. Nice. Extreme Zero just got there. We're gonna load up our final battle, which is Conan the Barbarian NES. Defeat the Hydra is the goal. I gave them, well, let me type this at them.
I already gave it to them.
Okay. Yeah, they got the full directions. What do they think? I'll take a look at that chat. That'll be fun. It's very important that they understand how to duck. That is one of the hardest things to grasp here. You have to duck to pick up items. This is a puzzle game of sorts. They need to be able to pick up those items.
It really is a puzzle game. The very first level involves such a multi-step process to get out of the first level even.
Mindscape presents Green Conan, the Barbarian.
This is an extremely bad game. This is like, when people talk about bad games, this is one of the quintessential examples.
Games are art.
What kind of sicko decided on down to jump?
Well, you have to... When you think about how your legs work, you have to lean down a little bit to get that boost. You don't just hop, you have to bend the muscle. So it makes sense. You don't just leap. They wouldn't get any height. You gotta bend those muscles to get that spring action.
Yeah, down jumps forward and up jumps up. And you might be asking yourself, well, they had other buttons. Yeah, those are the punch and kick buttons.
That's true. This is our last game. Who will take Royal Rumblepak? What is this for? I think this might be the fourth one. I'm ready to go if they are. I gave them directions on every single stage, which I will review with you, the viewer, as we go through this joy.
I'm just waiting for Terrorvan to get back. Terrorvan had to step up for a second.
I'm gonna get the NES Conan picture. Where's that guy at?
This, so the things you gotta know about this game are, one, it sucks. I feel like we've been so clear about this.
Now hold on, it's got this image in it, so how bad can it be?
There's no image you can show me that's going to convince. Oh no, that one's good. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I take it back. Too much.
Yeah, this is a tough game we gave him here.
Yes, I'm glad you decided to save this one for last, and I'm glad that I get to wash my hands of it by explaining how apologetic I am and how I did not pick this game.
Yeah.
Alright. So their goal is what? You need to put it on screen and you need to tell me so I can tell them.
Right. Their goal is to defeat the Hydra. Conan, NES. Defeat the Hydra. Stage 3. They do not have to go into Stage 4. We're stopping there for a couple reasons. Not only is it a good place to stop, but also Stage 4 has a lot of lightning and is blinding. It's terrible. We don't need that. I'm ready to go.
Alright, I'm giving them the countdown right now. This is, just awful.
Gaming. Well, welcome to the stage that is hell. And that is stage 1. I have no idea on earth what's going on with the plot. Conan just kind of shows up. I mean, somebody maybe knows Conan better than me. I've seen the movies, I've played a couple of the games. Like, why does he start in hell? Is he dead? He's in hell. And the goal of hell is to collect items from these fellas. You kill the skeletons. Like, okay, step 1, kill the skeletons. And get their sword, eventually. You'll get a sword from one of them, which Economy of Games has acquired. This sword will allow you to stab the imps easily enough. You can then get fireballs from the imps. That Satan guy, he has a pitchfork, and that is absolutely required, but you're going to want to grab those fireballs too. They should not leave this stage without all the items, and I don't know if they even can, but they definitely want all the items. The imps are a lot of fun.
At the very least, they have to have the pitchfork to defeat Cerberus, the lion.
Yeah, I think that they have to do it in the order. The imps are a lot of fun, because you have to kill them to get the fireballs, and what they do is they run up and kick you in the shins, and then run back away. They just leave.
Yeah, my favorite part is when you're trying to make a difficult jump, and they just touch you in midair and make you fall straight down. I think that's actually really powerful.
I want to repost the directions in case Tervan didn't read them, because they seem like they didn't. If they did not read them, they are not going to win. That's almost certainly the case. You have to, like we said, this is a puzzle game. It's because stage 1 is kill the skeletons to find the sword, to kill the imps, to get the fireball, to find the skeleton, chop it down, get its it summons Satan, who you then kill with fireballs to get the pitchfork, which you then use on Cerberus to exit stage 1. That's stage 1. You have to do all these things to beat stage 1, and if you don't do everything on that list, you will not win.
Okay, I brought a little bit of entertainment for us today, for Conan the Barbarian, if you're ready. If you've never seen the manual for this game, it's extremely good. They devoted 9 pages to their Conan fanfic, and then 1 page to the list of controls, and then the warranty information. And so I'd like to share with you some of this fanfic if you want it.
I love fanfic.
I mean, it's only like 9 pages long, so you just gotta tell me if that's...
Yeah. What else are we gonna do?
Yeah, watch Conan? I don't think so.
Not today, Buster.
A chill wind rushed the Cimmerian's hair. The Nemedian sky had turned black an hour before, and the man had quickly built a fire from the twigs and broken branches that lay scattered around his chosen campsite. The fire was raging now, keeping the forbidding blackness of the night at bay. In the fire, he saw glory. Amid the twisting, dancing flames, he saw the glory that was to be his future, the throne of Aquilonia. He could feel his destiny calling him from the west, from the proud kingdom of the world. He picked up a branch that lay next... He picked up a branch that lay next to him on the sandy ground and tossed it into the blaze. The flames snapped and crackled in approval, hungrily engulfing the wood. The man stared at the noisy fire, watching torrents of sparks spiral upward into the black sky when a voice spoke from the blackness behind him. So this is page 1 of 9.
Okami Games has made it past hell.
Oh no, Okami might beat me to finishing the fanfic.
Yeah, this game, if you know what to do, is it's like 10 minutes. I bet the speedrun for this is pretty good. Just knowing how short this game really is.
Yeah, it's like 6 minutes, I think.
Let's check it out here.
I think it's something really short, like 13, 6, 8. I know it's a fast game, and I know that White Hat runs it because he runs all of the NES games.
It's hard to find because it's just called Conan. Conan and nothing else.
Yeah, Conan, NES, speedrun. I found it. Conan, The Mysteries of Time is the actual name of it. White Hat has a 9-minute, 20-second run.
I wouldn't even think it would be that long, but it does, I guess, get a little long in the tooth in the late part. This stage here, you just kind of run right. There is a mirage. If you don't kill the mirage, you'll be eaten by it. Looks like a lady. There is a statue that has a mirror on it that you need if you want to beat Medusa here, which we have. There she is. Down he go. Whoops. See, you think it's just a petrification beam, but it's actually just a laser with a lot of force behind it, pushing. You ever think about light that is in movies and stuff where the laser has shove, it has physics on it?
Well, light is a particle.
That mirror is not doing very good work. Is that really the mirror?
I think it is. Do you have to hold it up?
I think you have to press the A button to use it at the right time.
Oh, okay.
You have to hold it to hide behind it.
I mean, that makes sense.
He's just gonna go in for the kill. Yeah, there it is. Forget how to block that. We don't need it. We need her head to do a lot of Hydra damage. The Hydra historically dies to this weapon, but in this game it only does damage. It just reduces HP. Hurts a little bit. It's like bee stings. To be turned to stone. There's the Hydra part 1.
Look. Are we gonna get
3 heads
Are
on
we gonna
Hydra?
get the Hydra clear? This early?
Yes. Probably.
Oh my god, it's the Medusa face just shoots a projectile.
That's right. That's how I-beams work.
That's so extremely stupid. I love this.
I think Okami of Games is going to get that Hydra kill right now. Oh no!
No!
Back to work.
Is double KO good? I assume not. Are we counting a double KO?
Died a little too early.
Smite says get back to work.
Yeah, the Hydra was dying, but they died before it finished dying. And that 3-headed Hydra, you know, it's supposed to be a couple more than that, but they did finish the last head. They just didn't get it destroyed yet.
Did they have to walk off the screen or something? Is that how you clear the level?
Yeah, that's how you exit the stage. But
Gotcha.
I want to see that beast blow up. It was super close. Another 2 seconds would have had it, but took a spill.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer person, you know what I mean?
Conan loves to fall. Caravan has knocked the skeleton down. I don't know why. Like, figuring out all this stuff, I did it without a guide, and it's just crazy. There's
Can't
no
believe I'm having
indication.
such a profound puzzle game spoiled for me right now.
There's no indication of any of this. Here comes Purple Devil, man. You gotta use the fireballs. Caravan's working on it. Caravan hasn't beaten the stage 1 yet, but it's really... The stage 2 and 3 are pretty free compared to stage 1. All the game is here. They need to get control of the spawn so that they can get in there and shoot this guy. There it is! He dies really fast to that. It's his weakness for some reason. Does this say hell to you? It looks like some kind of chocolate cave.
It definitely reads more like hell than chocolate, if those are my only two options.
That's it. That's all we got.
If forced to choose between hell or chocolate, I would say this is hell.
Caravan has beaten stage 1. Mostly. Their health is looking a little grim.
The thing that's wildest to me is that the graphics are so chunky in this game that it looks like someone just copied all of the graphics data directly out of the Commodore 64 version.
Caravan with 0 health, 0 lives, going into the last stage that they're gonna make it through here. Comet Games is on their way back to run back. Well, we're gonna see a real fast run here. Those directions I gave are the ticket, and once you understand how to apply them, you got some new speedrunners on your hand on it. There's no challenge left here. It's actually really easy. It's clunky as hell, it sure is, but it's not hard.
Why are they stabbing the nice pretty lady?
It's a mirage. She'll eat him. It's a snake.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think she would do that. Look at her. She seems nice.
There's no feedback at all for this. So
you just have to keep swinging?
Yeah. I go here and I get killed instantly, and I'm like, well, that sucks. And then I get back and I'm like, what do? And I stab her 500 times, and eventually she lets you go, and that's how you proceed.
Can you believe people used to live like this? People used to play games like this one.
I don't know if anyone played this because Joust exists, you know, and Space Invaders, real games that are good, you know. I guess it's the difference between, you know, art and arcade. And this is the art, right? This is the art of 1989.
I can't help but feel like the sword's not working for Okami Games right now.
Well, they've done this before. There it is. They just weren't close enough on a lot of those swings.
Alright.
What's really cool is that after you kill Cerberus, you have like 90% of the level still to go, and it's just running.
Just a lot of screen to run by, you know?
If you don't know about that statue, you have to fight Medusa without that item, and it seems like you just can't win, which is real fun too. But how would you know that a statue would have a mirror on it?
Well, apparently it wasn't necessary. Remember when Okami Games just rushed it down?
Yeah, I'm sure that you don't need to do it, but it should work if she does shoot at you. Otherwise, you're just gonna eat shit, which is probably what the speedrun does. Just get to Medusa and die until it works. Okami has stolen the head.
Okami Games says, mythology's for nerds. I don't need any of that. And defeats Medusa without the shield.
Caravan much more quickly has dispatched the Mirage, but died. I don't know if the Mirage is back or not. Isn't it great that there's 16 item slots? Isn't that fun?
Yeah, it's for all the items that you're going to collect.
Unfortunately. Also, maybe not obvious, but there is an ammo limit on both the Fireball and Medusa's head here, so you could soft lock if you have been wasting your fireballs.
Oh.
Which we're seeing in Okami of Games, they killed the ones that are in the back, so they can stab this head if they have to. They got bit instead.
Regrettable.
There's the snake. Caravan tried to sneak past the Mirage, got snaked.
Okami Games had exactly what I mentioned happen. The imp just tapping him on the shoulder in midair and making him fall out of the sky.
It's scary. And tapped by an imp while you're trying to jump. Zero lives left to Okami Games' second run.
Is this going to be the one? Are we going to see the Hydra go down?
Caravan's making it through stage 2. There's almost nothing stopping them now except for their sort of low health. Not that low, but they forgot the statue, so they're just gonna wing it.
You're gonna hope for the best.
It can be done. In fact, it maybe is easier than trying to do what they want you to do. They're turning around, they're looking for that statue. Down it goes. I'm pretty sure that's a health orb, that green ball that drops off the imps. Okami is done, for real this time. What a screen, by the way. Thanks for the green overlay so we don't have to look at it too much. That's stage
That
4.
sucks.
Yeah, stage 4 is a bird. Yeah, we didn't... I meant what I said about that stage not being part of the race. Okami of Games has done it. The 4th stage is very funny because you're fighting and there's just a bird overlooking you while you're fighting on a boat. And after you're done fighting the fellas, the bird comes down and instantly kills you. And that's the end of your life. You have to stab the bird while it's swooping down and it's nearly impossible. The bird is in fact the boss. And then you go on to stage 5. So that's stage 3 done of like, I would say 6 or 7. Like that's more than half the game. Okami of Games, the champion. I don't have a victory screen, but you know. Ba 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 ba. Nice work.
GG's.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We will have another one of these on the 30th that will run a little bit more smoothly. I know it was a little dicey. I can fix most of those things, I think. But in terms of broadcasting duress, it wasn't so bad. So maybe my new solution works better.